Hey folks, Patent Import TNA1 again, just covering for in the third part of my video series, examples of the NWO throughout history. Now before I begin, I came across a little something I find very interesting. A little general from the US Marine Corps. His name was Smedly Butler. Had some interesting things to say about all the stuff that he did over the years in the Marine Corps. I think you'll like this. This guy saw what was going on, the New World Order. He saw that everything, all the wars, all the really just the overthrow of governments, the transfer of governmental control over to really corporations and banks, and just really all the abuse of power going on. He just understood. Anyways, listen to this. I have 3 quotes I want to give you. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna go, so I may have to do the whole Blackwater mercenary thing in part 4. Okay. Now here's what he said. I wouldn't go to war again, as I have done to protect some lousy investment of the bankers. They are only 2 things we should fight for. One is the defense of our homes, the other is the Bill of Rights. War for any other reason is simply a racket. There isn't a trick in racketeering back that the military gang is blind to. It is the fingermen to point... Wait, no. It has its fingermen to point out enemies, its musclemen to destroy enemies, and its brainmen to plan war preparations, and a big boss, super nationalistic capitalism. And as you know, these NWO folks, they use this capitalism and nationalism and really just any kind of idea, warp it, twist it, and then feed it to the masses to get them riled up and to go on with things that they really wouldn't do. Quite a few events throughout the course of history have always had people, or really a person, manipulating events so that they would come out a certain way. The NWO is no different than those people in the past. They're just doing it on a bigger scale. Another good one. Quote from him. It may seem odd for me, a military man, to adopt such a comparison. Truthfulness compels me. I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service as a member of this country's most agile military force, the Marine Corps. I served in all commissioned ranks from 2nd lieutenant to major general. During that period, I spent most of my time being a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street, and for the bankers. In short, I was a racketeer, a gangster for capitalism. Now, I'm not good. I'm telling you straight up, capitalism isn't necessary. People need goods, and they need money to pay for those goods. They also need services. Those services cost dough, moolah. However, when money becomes the driving force for power, or then the system falls apart. When you let corporate dictators run things, you lose everything. It's as simple as that. Another quote. What was it here? Right, here we are. I helped make Mexico, especially Tampico? Not sure of the pronunciation. Save for American oil interests in 1914. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys to collect revenues. I helped in the raping of a half a dozen Central American republics for the benefits of Wall Street. The record of racketeering is long. I helped purify Nicaragua for the international banking house of Brown Brothers in 1909 to 1912. I brought light to the Dominican Republic for American sugar interests in 1916. In China, I helped to see that Standard Oil went its way unmolested. Don't you love it? So this guy thought this stuff. It's clear that he was on the up and up. He really was. Wait, you know what? Yeah. You know what, folks? I'm gonna extend this. I don't care if it ends up being a little longer. Anyways, now to Blackwater. As you know, or may not know, there is this mercenary group called Blackwater, based here in the United States. And here's where it gets interesting. We deployed these. No, that's not right. These guys went over into Iraq. You know, we paid them, and evidently they were involved with some interesting things. Evidently, they've shot at civilians, unarmed civilians. Just bullet through the head, brains all over the floor. That. They've also supposedly have tortured civilians as well. You know. Anyways, here's Denton. If any of you guys remember Katrina, and my heart goes out to those that were affected by it and are still being affected. Oh, wait. You didn't know that they were still being affected by it? Well, it's true. Yeah. People still haven't gotten their homes rebuilt. They're still living out on the street. Anyways, I digress. Blackwater was active in New Orleans right after Katrina. We used mercenaries on our own soil against our people. They were deployed to combat looters and all the criminals. But the very fact that we're using mercenaries indicates two things. One, we're moving towards a tyrannical government, and two, we didn't have enough troops. Not enough National Guardsmen. You deploy them all in Iraq. Don't you love it? Anyways, links to the subjects in this video will be in the sidebar as always. Well, I had plenty of time. I'm actually surprised by that. Oh well. Anyways, just, take a look. I think you'll find it very